Are there any instructions before we begin?
I think there is, young lady. Are you?
Good.
She did. She takes it. Not taking any work, it don't do good. What's the incentive to do good anyway? You know, just don't yell loud. Parliamentary procedure is supposed to be fun, right? So everybody smile. Because it won't hurt. It really won't. Our timer, this young lady back here in white or yellow blouse, she's going to raise her hand at 13 minutes. You know, we're getting close. We got 15 minutes. When I hand these cards out, you turn them over and we'll smack your face. And then we'll give you a minute to look at them. You'll know these instructions, right? Good. Give you a minute to finish up when we get done. And now I'm the participating judge. We will not be voting on anything. We're old and decrepit, so we don't like to move around anymore.
They are.
Yeah. If you have on this little card a highlighted motion, then that's yours to make. If you don't make it, it's yours. Okay? So, anybody have a question for me? Yes? Oh, what? So, I already said that. All right.
The secretary, the young man in the back, is also a guest to do the filming.
All freshmen? Did I give you a card? Huh. We got one for you. Everybody got one left. You got a minute to look at that card. If you want to start before the minute is up, go ahead. If not, our timer will signal when it's time to begin.
Time.
The meeting room will come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the West Washington FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. Here for the meeting room and paraphernalia, I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico, from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts. Carefully and accurately, I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve this country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I give an accurate record
The advisor.
Hereby the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and academic wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the President so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam Vice President, all officers are at their station.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 11 members and 4 guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
Practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this meeting of the West Washington FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. The Secretary will now read the minutes of the previous meeting.
The Secretary's minutes of the West Washington FFA chapter from the March 26, 2015 meeting. The West Washington FFA chapter was called to order at 7:30 a.m. by Emma Miller, chapter president. The meeting was held in the agriculture room. 12 members and 2 guests were present. Minutes of the previous meeting. The minutes of the February 26, 2015 meeting were read and approved as read. Reports of officers. Hattie Griffiths, chapter treasurer, reported that the chapter has $2,563 in the treasury. The report was filed subject to audit. William Blaine, chapter reporter, reported that his committee is working on the multimedia scrapbook for this year and it should be completed soon. There were no reports of special committees, special features, or old business. New business. Max Schroeder moved the FFA to sponsor an ice cream social event for chapter members and parents in May. Jude Bly was moved to refer the motion to the outreach committee. The motion was seconded and discussed and by vote of majority was passed. There being no other new business, the meeting adjourned at 8:05 a.m. Respectively submitted, Haley Shooter.
Are there any corrections to the minutes? If there are no changes, the minutes stand approved as read. Are there any officer reports?
Madam President,
Yes, Hattie?
Treasurer's report for the West Washington FFA chapter, prepared by Hattie Griffith. Starting balance, April 1st, 2015, $2,563. Expenses, concession supplies, $82. Total expenses, $82. Income, concessions sold, $265. Total income, $265. Ending balance, $2,746. Respectfully submitted, chapter treasurer, Hattie Griffith.
The treasurer's report is for your information and your information only and will be audited at a later date. Are there any other officer reports? Are there any special features? Is there any old business? Are there any committee reports?
Madam President,
Yes, Dakota?
committee report for the West Washington FFA chapter, prepared by Dakota Rick. The Community Breakfast Committee met Tuesday, March 24th, 2015 at 7:30 a.m. The breakfast will be on April 18th at West Washington High School in the cafeteria starting at 6 a.m. The FFA will serve scrambled eggs, bacon, biscuit and gravy, and pancakes to those attending. There will be no charge for a breakfast club. Respectfully submitted, committee chairperson, Dakota Rick.
Are there any questions for the committee? We would like to thank the committee for their time. Are there any other committee reports? Is there any new business?
Madam President,
Yes, William?
I move that the chapter donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation.
Second.
It has been properly moved to say for the chapter to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation. This motion is amendable, debatable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes, William?
donating $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation would be a great idea, knowing that this is a good foundation to invest money into.
Madam President, donating $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation would be a good way for the chapter to show its gratitude towards the Indiana FFA and would be a great chance for us to give to a good cause.
Madam
Madam
President,
Yes, Riley?
I move to limit the debate to 5 minutes per person.
Second.
It has been properly moved to say to limit the debate to 5 minutes per person. This motion is amendable, not debatable, and requires a 2/3 vote. Are there any amendments? Seeing none, we shall now proceed to vote. All those in favor of limiting debate to 5 minutes per person, please rise. Be seated. Those opposed? Be be seated. There were 3 for, 7 against. Therefore, motion fails. Is there any further discussion on the main motion for the chapter to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation?
Madam President?
Yes, Jude.
If we were to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation, that would be $200 we would lose going towards something that's coming up right now, such as banquet or building a shed.
Madam President?
Yes, Max?
I move to a 5-minute recess.
Second. It has been properly moved and seconded to hold a 5-minute recess. This motion is amendable, not debatable, and requires a majority vote. Are there any amendments? Seeing none, we shall now proceed to vote. All those in favor of a 5-minute recess, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
Majority has not been met, therefore motion fails. Is there any further discussion on the main motion for the chapter to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation?
Madam President?
Yes, Lauren.
As we heard the treasurer's report, we are well off in money, so we could definitely donate more money to the Indiana FFA Foundation. They do a lot of stuff for us, and we should get back to them.
Madam President? Yes, Hattie? I move to amend the main motion by adding and leadership center, so that the main motion, if passed, will read, chapter to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation and leadership.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded to amend the main motion by inserting the words "and Leadership Center," so that if passed, the main motion will read, for the chapter to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation and Leadership Center. This motion is amendable, debatable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion? Madam President? Yes, Mr. Judge.
I move to postpone this motion until our August meeting.
Point of order, state point. If you're going to postpone a motion, you have to do it within 3 minutes. Mr. Judge, would you like to restate the motion?
Sure. I move to postpone this motion until our June meeting.
It is properly moved and seconded to postpone this motion to our June meeting. This motion is amendable, debatable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes, Nella?
since we are building the sheds and we need to finish those up and get the money, we're using the money to finish the sheds. If we postpone this till the June meeting, this would allow us to save some money or manage to pull something together and get some.
Madam
Madam
President?
President, it's Dakota.
I'm not sure we're building the sheds, and we're also currently working on doing banquets soon, and we're also working on different things for the park. I think we should postpone.
Madam President? Yes, Madam Secretary.
If we're going to give out money, I don't think that's going to take as much time up, so there's really no reason to postpone this motion.
Madam
Madam
President?
Yes, Max?
I do not think it'd be very beneficial to postpone this. Being that we are all here, I think it'd be more beneficial if we were to go ahead and vote on it now.
Madam President? Yes, Miley?
I'm not in opposition to this motion. I think that if we're going to vote on this, we're gonna have to do it now, because we have so many different things coming up, and if we wanna do this, we're gonna have to set aside the money for it.
Madam President? Yes, Chief. As my fellow member said, since we're all here, we should go ahead and vote on it, and if we were to push this back, it would completely hurt our schedule that we already have set planned, and we would be at the last minute rushing to grab the $200.
Yes, Hattie? I think the treasurer, I think we do have enough money right now, and if we do push it back, like our fellow members have said, that would interfere with a lot of our competitions coming up.
If there is no further discussion, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor of postponing this motion to the June scheduled meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
Majority has not been met, therefore motion fails. Is there any further discussion on the amendments?
Madam President?
Yes, Julie?
I think this is a little too much money to give out if we're going to do it to the Leadership Center too, because we just bought that steer for our FFA chapter to provide for the fair at the end of the summer. So I don't think it's a very good idea to do both.
Madam President?
By adding the leadership center to this, it would show that we don't only care about just one, the Indiana FFA Foundation, that we need to care for more than that, and that we would just really put our name out there.
Madam President?
Yes, Dayton?
If we were to give $200 to both of these organizations, it could cut into some of our funds, and we do need those as we have banquet and horse and pony judging coming up soon. We have a large slate of things that we have to get done, and we need to put back some funds for that, so we need to wait.
Madam President,
Yes, William?
$400 is quite a bit of money. And building the shed and doing all these other competitions, like Parli and horse and pony judging, we need that money. We have to spend money in order to go do these things, like spend it on gas. something wise.
Madam President,
Yes, Dakota?
as my, I don't think it'd be good to donate $200 to both Indiana FFA Foundation and to the Leadership Center, because we've been working on scholarships, and we have some more banquets coming up, and we have Fourth Pony. I don't think we should donate $200 to both.
Madam President? Yes, Noah?
Since we have sent some of our members to go to Salem and present an ATV safety course at their local school, we are low on members, and somebody is gonna have to go out and try and raise some money, since, as we've already said, we are, need some, and we can't spare any because of banquet and our many competitions. So I encourage all my fellow members, to vote for the
If there is no further discussion, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor of amending the main motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
Majority has not been met, therefore motion fails. Is there any further discussion on the main motion for the chapter to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation?
Madam President,
Yes, Lauren?
I strongly encourage my fellow members to vote for this motion. The Indiana FFA Foundation does do a lot of stuff for all of our chapters and especially ours. So we should definitely give thanks to them by donating this money.
If there is no further discussion, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor for the chapter to donate $200 to the Indiana FFA Foundation, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Vote is unanimous, therefore motion passes. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should now come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this meeting of the West Washington FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join us in a salute to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now declare this meeting adjourned. Are there any instructions before we leave?
Yes, I forgot to mention, if the Sentinel would pick up all the cards and the paraphernalia and put it back up here, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the judges really fast before it goes going. Okay. Before you go in, I'm
real fast. Wait till the second one leaves the room. That's the second.